So here I have my 2008 Yamaha Vstar 1100. I've got Cobra straight pipes on it, K&N cold air intake. It's a classic with Silverado edition and all that jazz. Anyway, wanted to go over how to use a manometer today and tuning the carbs on this bike. Seems to be a pretty common problem for these Vstars. The carbs tend to go out of alignment pretty easily. I finally broke down and went ahead and bought this manometer. There you can see it. This is a Race Pro. It cost me about $120. This is actually mercury filled, which is more accurate than the new blue dye they have in some of the newer ones or some of the newer models. But anyway, so basically on this manometer, you have, this one has 4, some of them have 2 lines. I've got 2 of them blocked off, as you can see right there. Got number 3 and 4 blocked off. I'm using number 1 to go to the left side, and I'm using number 2 to go down to the right side. We'll go over there in a minute. So I did not pull the gas tank off this. Honestly, even with my huge hands, I really didn't have a problem getting it on there. I'm going to try and show you here. But basically, you have a valve right up in here that this connects to. I'm trying to get in there and show you. There we go. It's blurring out a little bit, I apologize. But if you can see that shiny deal right there, that's the little valve you want to stick it on, right there, right in front of my finger. That's where I'm going to put the number 1. Let's go over here to the other side. On this side, I did have to take my K&N cold air intake off. I went ahead and took the mount off as well. Made it a lot easier, but really this side is even easier to maneuver. Here you've got your second line going in right there, and I hope you can see that. It's literally right there. What I had to do is I had to take this little doodad off. It's just a vacuum line cap, and I just had to pull that off. Now, after I connected them, actually before I connected them, you want to make sure that you get the engine nice and warm. You want to get it up to temperature, and then you want to connect these. Go ahead and have your air covers pulled, and the little chrome cover on this side I pulled off as well. I did not show you, but just a little cover there for the carburetor. Go ahead and pull those off, warm the bike up, connect the number 1 and the number 2, and you can do it vice versa. It doesn't really matter. Either way, you'll understand when you start it up. What's going to happen is you're going to see the mercury. You're going to see the mercury bouncing up and down in here, and I believe mine was about at 26 to 28 is where it was fluctuating. And I mean, you're gonna see them doing this number, so you know they're not going to be perfectly even. And but as long as you get those close, what you're going to do to adjust that is you got a tiny little screw right here. It's an adjustment screw for your carburetors, and you're either going to go left. The way that I have the number 1 and the number 2 set up on the manometer, if I turned it counterclockwise, it dropped the number 1. If I turned it clockwise, it dropped the number 2. So that's kind of how that worked. But real easy to adjust. It took me, you know, once I got everything off, it took me all of 5-6 minutes to really adjust, and it wasn't that far off. You want it to be idling low when you do it. Don't idle high, or you'll mess up the balance. Really, it's that easy. Then you just pull it off. You know, always make sure your manometer is stored in a good location where, you know, kids can't get a hold of it, especially if it's filled with mercury. Man, that's dangerous. They do have some that you can store vertically or horizontally, doesn't matter, but I've heard from several different mechanics that they're not as accurate, and they don't work as well. So anyway, I hope that helps. Again, this is a 2008 Yamaha Vstar 1100 with the Classic and the Silverado package, and Cobra straight pipes and cane air and cold air intake. So hope this helps, and good luck.